Jackson, Jackson, Jackson. My phone is buzzing me. Please check your numbers and take a bolus. Okay? Thanks, sweetie. Love you. Bye.
It was 10 o'clock in the morning. It was like, geez, Mom, I've already gone to the bathroom twice this morning. And oh my God, the hair on the back of your neck just stands up. And I pricked his finger and it was 183. And I thought, well, he's 10 and is this hormones and maybe boys are different or maybe kids are different. Maybe they fluctuate higher or your world stops. You hate to see your child go through it.
Hi, honey, it's me. I was calling because I heard you weren't feeling well today. I hope everything's all right. Call me if you need something. Otherwise, I will see you tonight. Love you. Bye.
But I remember on our first date, she said, "I'm sick. I've just got." In fact, she had just found out that day that she had diabetes. I didn't know a whole lot about diabetes, enough to know that it was serious and permanent, but not really knowing what that meant.
I wish my mom didn't have to deal with it. I wish my brother didn't have to deal with it. It's a big part of our family that I just wish there was something we could do about it.
I wanted to go into the military, but stopped at that. I'll use the analogy of like poker, you just gotta play with what you got.
And it's usually the same kidney and nerve problems and blood circulation and all that. It's terminal disease. It's called terminal for a reason.
We don't talk about diabetes. We live our life, and that's just we do this, we do that, and you can't focus on the bad because otherwise nothing good comes from it.
The unrelenting nature of this disease means there are no days off. And this is the reality of T1D.
Jackson's been tough. I've been assured that he's not a lot different than most boys. He's got all the information he needs, all the technology, all the help, but he struggles.
I mean, it's not fun. It's easy stuff to do, but it's heavy, heavy consequences if they're not done.
I remember asking, will I pass this on? And at the time, with just me being autoimmune and stuff like that, it was something like a 2% chance. And I thought, oh God, those are great odds. I can live with those odds.
It was actually in the past year, I was on a hunting trip, we were together, we were in a cabin, and I woke him up in the middle of the night, like I do a lot, to check his blood, and he wouldn't wake up. He just fell down to the floor and put his hands over his head, and he said, "I'm crashing." I kind of shudder to think about what could happen. He could go into a diabetic coma, and people have died from that.
Guilt. That's what I gave him. I brought it down through my family tree. So that eats you up a lot.
There are actual times when I get scared that I might be diagnosed with it. Sometimes when I feel sick for no reason, I test my blood sugars myself, and it's sort of like a heart-stopping moment when you're waiting for your numbers to pop up.
She can't have a headache without in the back of my mind going, I would gladly take a double dose of it. I'm sure as any parent out there would say, you'd gladly take it on for your kids.
And I feel very fortunate to have, a wife that's such a good mother. She's full-time on this. The kids are number one, the family's number one.
I have to come to realize that in order to continue doing what I want and doing what I like, I need to manage my diabetes well. And if that doesn't happen, then I don't get to do what I want or like, and it's just, my parents get probably a little scared and worried for my future.
As he gets older and these symptoms accumulate, what that could mean for him, and how well he lives his life and how long he lives his life, and those are the things you always worry about.
I see the long term. I look at my 20 years and I look at, the times when I wasn't a good diabetic and to the times when I was a great diabetic, and I know that I harp on him to be strict and to be in control so much because I just think he's got a longer life.
But it's actually, I think, brought us a little closer together, and I know it has with him and his mom too, that we've got to have this line of communication.
We live our life, and that's just we do this, we do that, and It's not an issue, and it's not a crutch. It's not an excuse. It's just what we have to do.
Over 1.25 million Americans have type 1 diabetes. Families like the Panzers have chosen to fight T1D and to not let it win. This is made possible by the support of friends and the community, and of course, JDRF.
We're so close. I mean, gosh, when I think about where we were 20 years ago and where we are now, it's like, it's just right on the edge. I mean, we've stopped other diseases in its tracks, so it'd be nice.
Such progress has been made in the last 10 or 15 years from when Jill was diagnosed to what Jackson's has now and what's going to be out there in the next year or so. So there'll be fabulous treatments and one day there'll be a cure.
Pretty happy. I mean, a cure would definitely be cool.
I believe that it's because JDRF, is able to show the fruits of what they raise. Your money's going to a good cause, and 2 years ago we talk about the closed loop system, and this year here it is. I mean, it's incredible.
You deal with it, and everybody's got their challenges in life, and this is one of them. But things are getting better.
It's gonna mean that all of our hard work paid off, all of the time we spent helping an organization that does so much to find cures and to find help and studies that can work has all paid off, and there's just gonna be a cure for what has affected my family for so long.